Hello everyone, welcome to the Splatoon 2 global test fire. I am incredibly excited to show you some footage that I was finally able to play this game that I've been looking forward to for a while now. A few of my friends were able to go to some Nintendo events and get a head start on me and got to play this already, lucky bastards. Anyway, I finally got a chance to play it. This is the first test fire that they have, only an hour long, but incredibly fun. I got a lot of information from what I've played so far. The test fire only contained 2 maps and 4 weapons that you could try. 3 of the weapons are ones that we are familiar with. We have a roller, a splatter shot, a charger, and a yeah, pretty much that's it. And then we have the brand new weapons, which are the splat dualies, which are incredibly fun. So let me just say that the new mechanics that they've added, great so far. I'm loving all the new little mechanics they've added to these weapons that we're already familiar with. For example, the charger. I'm not much of a charger user. I'm not really a sniper type, but I have to say that being able to hold a charge within the ink and then hold it for a couple of seconds, pop out, emerge from the ink, and be able to shoot someone, incredibly handy technique. With the roller, we have now a vertical flick, which is interesting because in old Splatoon you can only jump, flick, and it gives you kind of like a short-range little widespread splat of ink to help you cover territory. In this one, with the vertical flick, you're given 2 things. You're given a longer, you give yourself a long path to swim in, or you can hit enemies that are slightly farther away from you, so it gives the roller, which is usually a very short-range weapon, a bit more range to it, which is actually really cool. I like it. Not super powerful with the vertical flicks. You still have to get at least a 2-hit to kill, but still, it allows you to kind of defend yourself when when you have an enemy that's maybe slightly farther away from you. And then we have the Splattershot Pro. Well, I don't know if this one's called it's a Splattershot, but that's not the Splattershot Pro. Different weapon. But this new Splattershot, unfortunately, I didn't really see anything new with it. There wasn't really any new mechanics added to this weapon. It felt like just a very basic Splattershot, rapid rate of fire, 3-hit kill. No new mechanics added to it, but a fun weapon nonetheless. It came with burst bombs and I believe the rockets special. Now, turning to the sub-weapons. The sub-weapons, there's only one new one introduced here. We are given the burst bombs, the suction bombs, and the splat bombs. But now we're with the splat dualies, you are given this little roller sub that's similar to a seeker. The main difference is these seeker weapons don't detonate when they hit a target. They run for a certain period of time the longer you hold it. And then when you release it, it will go and ricochet off any obstacle that it comes across, and then it will detonate once the timer goes down. So, interesting weapon. It comes with the splat dualies, and I didn't really get the hang of them. I wasn't really sure how to use them properly. They're good for making yourself a path of ink, but in trying to get kills with them is a little tricky because you have to really know how to kind of figure out how to throw them in a certain way to actually get a kill. A little tricky, but very fun. The splat dualies are the ones that I played the most here. Incredibly fun weapon. It's short range, has a decent rate of fire, decent ink coverage, consumes a lot of ink, but other than that, it's a really fun weapon, and the best thing about it, of course, is the new dodging mechanic that comes with it. It's a little tricky to get the hang of because I was actually using a Pro Controller. The Pro Controller, in my opinion, is actually really good to use here because I've heard the Joy-Cons can be a little weird to play Splatoon on, so that's why we got a Pro Controller. And it's a little weird with the Pro Controller at first, but the Pro Controller feels really, really good in your hands. It actually feels very intuitive to aim with it with the gyro controls, which I'm incredibly happy with. The only issue is it feels so weird not to have the map right under you when you're holding it in your lap or something. Because I've had several times when I was trying to either do my special or do a jump and look down and oh, there's no map there. Like, oops. So it's like it took me a couple of tries to figure out, like, wait, I can't look down. The map's not there. I have to press X to open the map, which is interesting. I think it's going to be incredibly hard to get used to not having the map in your lap. Or in your hands, because it felt so intuitive just to look down, press where you wanted to go, and then jump or use your special or whatever. But the splat dualies are a great weapon for aggressive players because you can really get into your enemy's face and like go head to head with them, especially with the dodging mechanic, which is incredibly fun. It's gonna take a little while to get used to, just because it's a very interesting weapon. But you're definitely gonna have to get used to like the dodging mechanic. Now with the specials are incredibly fun. Now there's a main difference between the specials from Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. The thing with Splatoon 2 is that the creators said that they decided to create a whole new thing of specials, ones that do not give you invincibility. Because in the previous game, they kind of said that they were afraid that because they had so many specials that had the invincibility, like such as Kraken or Bubbler, or any of those types, that kind of gave you a lot of advantage when it came to like ranked mode. Because if all you have to do is just pop Bubbler or pop Kraken when you're on like the tower or something, and it gives you such a huge advantage because you can't be killed or anything. So they decided to give this game absolutely new specials. None of the old specials will be returning to Splatoon 2, which is kind of sad. I'm gonna miss the Kraken. Kraken is my favorite special out of all of them. But I think it's incredibly fun because these specials, I feel like, powerful, but also you need to be aware of where you are and what and when you decide to activate them, because you are very vulnerable when you activate these specials, because of like the rockets, the stingray, the splat down. Well, the splat down is a little bit of an invincibility. I wouldn't say complete, but it does give you an opportunity to sneak attack your enemies. But for example, like the rockets here, you're able to send out a whole bunch of like mini ink strikes, but at the same time you're a sitting duck. And same with the jetpack, incredibly powerful. You shoot like big bursts of ink to kill your enemies, but you're kind of like just hovering in the air, so you're kind of like charger fodder if you're not careful. So I think it's good that we no longer have any invincible specials, because like it really makes you kind of have to like really think about, is this a proper time to activate my special? Because if I do, will I be killed in the process or anything like that? Because you are very vulnerable when you activate those specials, because you're just a sitting duck. For example, right here, I'm using the Stingray, very powerful weapon. It's slow moving. See, but look, because I activated here, I was you didn't see it there, but I was killed by an enemy like 2 seconds later, because you can't really move out when you're using it. You're just kind of like, you have to dedicate yourself to that spot and to that area when you have your special. See, and I got pinned right there. So yeah, it's very interesting. It's like you can't just pop your special all willy-nilly, and I think that's great. It's going to give you more of like you have to strategize a little more. But other than that, incredibly fun test fire. I wish we had a little more to it, because there wasn't anything more than we had in the commercials, but incredibly fun. I am so looking forward to when we get a release date for this game. But other than that, I love all the new weapons. I love the new maps, the new mechanics. It's just all around great. I think they're pushing this game in the right direction. And I'm looking forward to all the new competitive spectator mode and such. But other than that, very fun. And I will see you guys in the next one. Later.